I found out earlier this week that Auburn still has a chance to make it to the SEC championship. Unfortunately, a ton of stuff has to happen in order for us to make it there. Let's talk about it. All right, so in order for this to be a reality, here's what has to happen in week 12, which is this upcoming weekend. These three things must happen first. This weekend, Arkansas needs to beat Alabama. Okay, never mind. Okay, also, so Arkansas needs to beat Alabama. Ole Miss needs to beat Vanderbilt. That one's likely. I see that happening. How could it not happen? Auburn needs to beat South Carolina. I'm hoping this one happens, but we really don't know. We've got a quarterback playing who's not started a game yet for Auburn. It's really going to depend on how the rest of our team clicks. So that one is in our control, though. So out of the two that are out of our control, the one that is the most unlikely is for Arkansas to beat Alabama. But those three things have to happen this weekend. Arkansas beat Alabama, Ole Miss beat Vanderbilt, Auburn beat South Carolina. Part 2 of this crazy, highly unlikely scenario. In week 13, so if all that stuff happens in week 12, in week 13, these are the things that must happen then, and there are 4 things that must happen. The first one is Mississippi State must beat Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl. This one's pretty possible. I think this one's a toss-up, so I think that's a possibility. Arkansas must beat Missouri. That's going to happen. I mean, I don't see Missouri beating Arkansas, so I can see that. Texas A&M must beat LSU. Once again, I think that's very probable. And then, if all those other things happen, all those other 6 situations happen, one more thing needs to happen, and we are in the SEC championship, and that is Auburn needs to beat Alabama. Okay, this is probably not going to happen. But that is the scenario. Let's see what happens in these games. Watch this weekend and see if everybody takes care of business. The main one you need to watch is, will Arkansas beat Alabama, and will Auburn beat South Carolina? That's the crazy scenario. According to FPI, there's a 0.2% chance of all of this happening. And if it did happen, Auburn would represent the SEC West in Atlanta with a 5-3 record in SEC play. Absolutely improbable. Very, very tiny chance that that's going to happen. But that is why we play the games. Keep your fingers crossed, because we're going to need all the luck we need. And let's see what happens this weekend. War Eagle.